Alright, we've got Amjed Yamin in the GSRC Skippy, so let's do a lap around Spa. Heading down to La Source, this is a possible overtaking spot, but it's a bit pointless in these cars because of the drafting section that follows. What's more important here is keeping out of trouble on lap 1. Give each other space and don't be stupid. It's also critical to get your exit right because you won't be lifting all the way until you reach Lacombe. Hesitate on the power and you'll be losing time for a significant chunk of the course. Now, as we hit the bottom of the hill, the car will compress in Eau Rouge and then get light across Rodillion. Straighten them out as much as you can, but be very careful not to cut the course at the top. You'll be losing position after position as you try to give the time back down Kimmel Straight. At this point, you'll want to tuck into the draft of the car ahead. Even if they're a second and a half away, you'll be getting help, so it's worth following their slipstream. If you got everything right, you can be fully passed by the braking for Lacombe. If you're not, it'll be a battle of positioning your car and outbraking your opponent. Both sides can defend, but it takes respect from both drivers to give room. Hold left just a bit on the exit to give a better run through Malmedy, which should only require a little lift on entry. By now, we're at the highest point on the track. If you're sneaky, Rivage is another corner that can offer passing opportunities. But it's a 180-degree right-hander, so learning to balance your car is going to really help you feel confident through here. You'll need that if you find yourself going toe-to-toe with another car. Now we switch right and give the lightest of brushes on the brakes for this left-hander. If you get it wrong, you're going to put you and your opponent in a very awkward position because Pouhon isn't really a passing zone. Going too wide through there isn't the best of ideas. This is another long downhill turn that really requires a good balance and an excellent sense of timing for when to apply the gas. Thankfully, by now we've hit the bottom of the hill and we'll switch left for Fagnes. This is a medium-speed chicane, so it can be possible to get passes done into here. It just isn't always the easiest of propositions. Like most chicanes, it's more important to set up for the second half. But in this case, it's only a short stretch afterwards, so if you botch it, you're not in too much trouble. As soon as you're done with that, we hit Curva Paul Frere. The first half is much slower, but it's the second apex that requires perfection. Only a tiny lift will get you through correctly, and you don't want to give away any more than you have to. Once again, Spa provides a winding stretch of road where drafting will wind up making it something of a strategic game. Then, you come upon Blanchimont. Once again, it's up to the more daring drivers to see how little they can let off the power on their way in. But there's no time to relax because you've got to line the car up left and put the binders on for the bus stop chicane. Whether you still consider it the bus stop chicane is neither here nor there because it's both a technical and gutsy corner. Pass attempts happen often, but outthinking your opponent can allow you to outdrag them out of the second apex with a good over-under. But the giant curves, the huge deceleration, and the change of direction means many drivers get tangled up with each other. But if you got through clean, you've now finished a lap around Spa.